Iain Dale on LBC.
Right, let's go to your calls. We're asking about the 1 metre social distancing rule, because it seems as though the rule is going to be halved from July the 4th. So let's go to Martin in Cannock. Hello, Martin.
Hi there, Ian.
Hello, what would you like to say?
Hello. Yes, I've owned the longest running nightclub in the UK since the beginning of 1971.
Wow.
I've seen every change this country has ever seen. The lockdown with all the bars and clubs was needed at the beginning, but now the necessity to dance is a human instinct. The necessity to mix with people. It goes back to Neanderthal days even. Cave paintings of people dancing. With all the bars shut, people still have that need, that necessity to mix and to mingle. And we're seeing this with the vast increase in illegal raves and illegal gatherings. Even in Cannock Chase this weekend, an illegal rave was stopped by the police. Fantastic information went through to them. They prevented it from happening. You had Manchester, the quarantine rave. The destruction of litter left behind was horrendous. By opening the bars and clubs, you will negate this. You will reduce that demand. They can open safely, monitored and regulated. But they cannot open at 2 metres. It's just impossible. They cannot. The business model would not work.
But how does a club open with a 1 metre distance? I mean, you can't go on a dance floor and tell everyone to say that they can't dance within a metre of somebody else. It just doesn't work like that, does it?
Many clubs now have VIP booths. The model today is with booths and waitress service to them. So, yes, you can.
I'm talking about a dance floor.
Yes, you can again. The dance floor doesn't always have to be solid, full. Many people dance. I always had a rule that if the dance floor being full is not important, because it's just a small group. It's how people, the foot tappers, if the people all around at the bar and everyone else are tapping their feet, yes, they are enjoying the night far more, and that's what keeps them. It's the intermingle, that social aspect is a inherent desire of humanity to mix.
I do get that. But you will look, if you've been around since 1971 owning a club, you know better than I that there'll be a proportion of your clientele during the evening get a bit worse for wear for drink. Will you try telling somebody who's half cut that they can't go within 1 metre of somebody else?
But the alternative is far worse. You're having raves with thousands upon thousands of people together at a time, getting drunk, taking illegal drugs, no monitoring, no protection.
Yeah, but they'll happen anyway. They did before lockdown, and they will after lockdown. That's just a fact of life.
No, this is different. This is increasing through demand, through necessity, because there is no alternative. By opening up, you'll reduce that demand for these illegal gatherings. And now you are monitored, you are regulated. You can see what is happening. The protections are still in place by sensible business people who want their business to survive would help with that. But over a metre, it's impossible.
What extra costs are you going to have to incur?
The business model does not work. At over a metre, it is impossible to even break even.
Assuming that it's 1 metre, you'll presumably welcome that, but you will have to presumably reconfigure your venue, and you might have to employ extra staff to police it. Is that not right?
I'd actually say no, because the highest risk would actually be the restrooms, the toilets. That is the biggest risk and the hardest thing to monitor, just because of the size and space available. That is the risk. That is where you'd have one person there at all times, permanently with a disinfectant spray. Every time somebody goes out, they spray, they wipe, they change their gloves, and repeat. It would not be that hard. It could not go back to the days. It's not a job. All jobs is something that somebody does not want. It is. I have spent more time cleaning toilets up over the decades than any member of my staff combined, probably.
and that was me thinking owning a club was a glamorous pastime. But Martin, what's the name of your club?
It was at Silk's Nightclub. I shut down last year, and I was doing a massive refurb, gutting it all to reopen this year. That now will never happen. It will never reopen again because of this lockdown.
Oh, really?
It's now destroyed. It is gone.
Oh,
I wanted 50 years. I wanted 50 years in the trade. And I shut down early last year. I've been self-gutting it to redo for this year with a whole new concept, mainly booth areas, again, which would be serving areas. So you sit there, you get your bottles of wine, your bottles of vodka with all the mixes for like 10, 15 people at your booth. Yes. And I'm not doing it now. I've gutted the place totally, ready to have the fit in January, and obviously it could not happen. It's gone.
Well, I'm really sorry to hear that, because I suspect that there's a lot of other places in exactly the same position. Martin, thank you very much indeed. Let's go to Claire in Surbiton. Hi, Claire.